Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek, and we're coming up on the end of the year, the beginning of the new year, and of course, hope springs eternal for the new year. In 2022, there are several different new coin programs that are coming out. We want to touch base on a couple of the new coin programs that are coming out, and also just talk briefly about a couple of the older coin programs that are kind of ongoing. First, with the Native American Dollar Series, which comes out in the spring of 2022. The 2022 design will have Eli S. Parker on it. Eli S. Parker is someone who is not known to me in history. He was a Native American lawyer, although he wasn't allowed to sit for the bar because he was not considered an American citizen. He actually he helped Ulysses S. Grant. So he is a Civil War era lawyer, Native American, and so the new coin will have his portrait on it. And so his outfit has a very Civil War era 1860s kind of look to it. And we'll see how it comes across on the coin. As always, you look at the coin designs that they draw, and then you look at how they turn into a coin, and it doesn't always translate. In general, the Native American Dollar Series, I think, has been done fairly well. They've had a lot of pretty good designs. Also coming out in the springtime, the continuing Platinum Series with the First Amendment rights, freedom of speech, is going to be 2022. How appropriate for America. Freedom of speech is a big deal. That series, they've got, how do they do it? Freedom of speech, liberty blossoms. Freedom of religion, liberty grows. Freedom of the press, liberty bears fruit. So you get the concept there. And it has this acorn on the center with the plant coming out of it. And so the concept, of course, is to draw the imagery of growth and rebirth using our freedoms given by the First Amendment to make a nice looking coin. And those are coins, actually, I haven't owned any of these yet, so I have yet to see them in person because I generally don't order the new modern coins as they come out. Usually because they're too expensive for me to order and then resell. Maybe if one really catches my eye, I'll buy it for myself. The big two, both coming out January 6th, and yet the U.S. Mint doesn't actually have the images yet on their website. Of course, they don't have any of the images on the website, so we are 6 weeks out or so from launch date for these coins. And the first is going to be the Purple Heart series, where they're going to do a $5, a $1, and a 50-cent piece. So there's a couple things that are interesting to me about this series. First of all, the dollar coin is going to have color added to it, so it's going to be colorized. I assume that there will be purple on it for the Purple Heart. I believe the only coin, I may get this wrong. Well, the Basketball Hall of Fame had some color added to some of the coins. And of course, that coin was, in my opinion, a big flop. People seem to have loved the Baseball Hall of Fame coins. The Basketball Hall of Fame coins, I think it was design flaws, not as attractive, not as well done, in my opinion. The Purple Heart series should be nice. They're going to have the $5 gold, the $1, and the 50-cent piece with varied designs of the Purple Heart on each coin. Of course, there's the some gave all imagery. There's one has a nurse, bandaging a wounded soldier. And this will be a nice coin that I think will sell well because there's a lot of crossover, I think, between military guys and coin collecting. There seems to be a very natural cultural cross-pollination, if you will, of these. They've got 8 different programs set up here between the proofs, the unks, and the 3 coin sets and things of that nature. So we'll see. The Purple Heart's an interesting item because we used to buy and sell them back in the day. My understanding is that they are not legal to buy and sell currently. I read a little bit about the original articles with the guys condemning people who buy and sell Purple Hearts. And it's the typical stuff that I think is kind of nonsense. It just kind of ignores the fact that the keepers of history, for the most part, are actually collectors. No one is forcing anyone to sell their Purple Hearts. But when you remove a collectible from the marketplace by force of law, you tend to, in my opinion, denigrate the item in and of itself. So when you make Purple Hearts illegal to own, in my opinion, you're actually denigrating the Purple Heart, because collectors cherish and keep these things with pride, more so than some of the families do. So generally, when families are selling them off, there's usually a reason for that. Oftentimes, they don't really have interest in keeping it, has been my experience. And so we'll see. That's a whole nother thing. But generally speaking, I like it when collectors have the opportunity to buy things because they really preserve history. And that is that. The other big one that's coming out, the Negro League baseball. Let me see how this is what they're calling this. What it is for their Hall of Fame. And interesting note here: the acting director, Ventress Gibson's dad, was a pitcher for the Massey Mills Giants from 1949 into the 1960s. So that's kind of a little cool connection there. They've got a total of 9 different products that they're coming out with listed on their website for this. The $5 gold piece has Ruby Foster on it, who was the founding father of the Negro League. And the other side of that coin has the tip of the hat on it, and it looks like it'll be a nice design. We'll see how it's executed. It should be pretty good looking, I think. Once again, when you go from the artwork to the coin itself, it can be somewhat lost in translation. Interestingly enough, they have a couple different products that they haven't really shown yet, including one with the dollar coin, which on the dollar coin they have a pitcher on one side, and then they have a scene of the batter and the ump and the catcher on the other side. Now on this coin, they say that they're going to produce one that comes with a Jackie Robinson silver medal, and that I haven't seen the design released for yet. The other thing is that they're going to do a dollar coin, it says, with a privy mark, but I didn't see in any of the articles any information about what the privy mark is. So we'll see how that comes across. The $50, you have an imagery of a player and the bus driving places, because the buses went places, and then you have a group of like 5 players kind of standing shoulder to shoulder. And overall, I think this will also be a big hit as far as coins. Generally, the sports-related coin items oftentimes have a really nice crossover to them, and I think that we'll see once again how they translate and what they look like, and we'll see how the U.S. Mint website, of course, operates. That'll always be the big one. They haven't set any of the household limits necessarily for these items yet, even though they have a very general idea of how many coins are going to be produced, because I think it's the typical, $400,000 and $75,500. I don't remember all the numbers because that's not the point. But the point is that these designs, I think these designs work from what I've seen, and I think that they're going to sell well. They won't be as frenzied as some of the other stuff. Just to touch one more point for 2022, of course, they have decided they're going to go ahead and go forward with the Morgan and Peace Dollar program. They haven't decided all of the details as to how many varieties they're going to do, but it looks like they'll be doing proof editions, and we'll see how those come out, and how many they allow to be produced or bought and sold, and that will, of course, affect overall, I think, how well they sell. I mean, the U.S. Mint website has had their problems, and we've had ours, right, folks? So 2022, there's going to be some pretty fantastic looking new designs on coins. We will see once we get them in person and get them in hand exactly how they look. So, all right, guys, leave your comments down below. Thanks for watching.